Hey y'all, this is R&B Divas LA Season 2, Episode 3. Now, the link to the full episode will be in the description box down below. Alright, I ain't did this in over a month, y'all, so be patient with me, okay? I've been sick, I've been traveling, there's been a lot of stuff going on. I have not made any videos. I'm now in Cleveland, visiting my mama. And I'm using my little brother's camera, so we're gonna go ahead, even though he got an upgrade for my camera. Alright, so first it goes on, and it's Shantae and her manager in the studio, and they sitting there talking about how the session with the ladies anthem with the song I Know Right, and she was saying that she felt really uncomfortable with Leela and Little Mo and Chrisette because they didn't want to sing backup, and she don't get it. Like, she sung backup for Michael Jackson and a whole bunch of big stars or whatever, Prince and all these big stars, and she doesn't understand them like not want to sing backup for her. One, Shantae, when you first talked to them about it on the last episode, you told them that they was gonna have a part to write in it. So when they actually come to the studio and you're telling them their lines, that means they don't have a part to write in it, and they were thrown off about it. So, maybe she should have just sat there and talked to them about it instead of just letting it be a weird energy or whatever, or they should have just had things clear. That's what the whole problem was, though. Nothing was clear. But anyways, the manager goes on to say that she sent them, the girls, a contract. It was like three lines of, three little lines on the paper, whatever, that they need to sign, and nobody sent anything back. And, Shantae's just like, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. It's like, okay, Shantae, I see you gonna be the villain this season. Alright, so we go on. And Michelle, she goes to Claudette's house. And Michelle and Claudette, they have kind of like a special connection. Claudette gets Michelle, and they have a lot in common. So Michelle just basically asked Claudette, could she be, her support for, she's going to do some kind of, I guess, suicide support group or something like that, and she's just really nervous, and she wants Claudette there by her side. And Claudette says, no problem. I've been through something like this before. I've thought about killing myself years ago, but then I realized that, my kids mean the world to me, and I wouldn't do that to them. And, Claudette really, wants to support Michelle also because she just now finding out that the whole suicide situation with Michelle was like recent, like 6 months before that show even started. Which was like 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. It wasn't that long ago. So, everything's still fresh for Michelle, and she just wants to help her get over it. Alright, so Leela James and Chrisette Michelle, they meet up, and I don't know, what was they at? Probably some coffee shop or something. I don't know where they was at, y'all. But, they're talking, and I guess Leela asked her how does she feel about the group of girls or whatever, since they're so new to the divas. And Chrisette says that she thinks that they should just have like a coming to Jesus moment. The girls have so many issues, and she feels that it would be helpful if they could just get over their issues and kind of have like an intervention where, they can just be more productive if they just got over, their past issues or whatever. And Leela James is not with it at all. She like an intervention. Like for real, I'm not trying to do no Ayanna Van Zant, fix my life and all this. We need all this intervention and stuff just to make some music. I don't understand. And Chrisette's like, yeah, I can just tell that it's a lot of tension with these girls. They have, a lot of problems and they have a lot of reservations with doing everything. So I just think that we should just put everything out on the table and basically just, get over it. So next, the girls, they going hiking. It's Chrisette, Leela, Claudette, and Michelle. And first, Leela is a little thrown off about Chrisette walking around Baldwin Hills, going up the hills or whatever, and she got wings on. And Leela's like, okay, what's the wings for? And Claudette's like, well, I mean not Claudette. Chrisette's like, well, I just feel like everything is so serious all the time. I just want to make everything just, I just want to have fun and be easy. I just want to put some wings on. And Lita's just not feeling her. These two are like oil and water. Like for real. They just, they're not bad people or anything like that. They just have two completely different personalities. Like Leela said, it's like a country mouse and a city mouse. She's a vegetarian, I'm a meatitarian. We just, we on two separate pages. Alright, so Chrisette ends up telling the girls that she thinks since everybody has their issues that they should just, go see her therapy friends. And Leela instantly loses it. She's like, here she go with that Ayanna Van Zant fix my life, Dr. Phil bullshit. Like, I'm so sick of it. And Chrisette's like, well, hold on. I just feel like we all just need to talk to somebody. There's nothing wrong with talking with people. And, Claudette says, I'm down with it. I'm cool with it. Michelle, she agrees. And Leela's like, well, I'm a team player. I don't want to do it, but, I'm down for the team. I'll do it. So, next they go on to Little Mo. Little Mo's in the studio. She's meeting with producers or whatever. And she tells them that she had a song that her and her ex-husband, or soon-to-be ex-husband, had wrote a few years ago called I'm So Into You. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Not Into You Anymore. And she said she wants to cut out his part, but she's trying to get it together. She wants this song to be her comeback song, basically, because this is how she feeling. So later on, Leela and Claudette walk in her session and she's practicing. She's singing, and Claudette kind of give her like some tips on, once you start singing your sad part, once you get into that part where you start talking about, you can start getting emotional. Your smile needs to become angry. It needs to become frown. Let them emotions come out when you sing. And really, that tip kind of just like really helped Lil Mo, because she sung that, she hit that. I wouldn't mind listening to it. Even though Lil Mo right now, she seems like she just got so much going on with her. Everybody heard about her talking about Prince or whatever, and her and this young boxer guy or whatever. She just seemed like she just all over the place right now, and she really do need a come to Jesus moment. She needs to be the main one in therapy. All right, so the girls, they end up going to the therapy session, and it's Little Mo has to work on her music, so she's excused from that. The girls understand, but it's Claudette, Michelle, Leela, and Chrisette, and they're all wondering, kind of like, okay, where's Shantae at? Because what's her excuse for not coming? She just don't want to come because the tension from the studio session with the ladies anthem going around. And so they're talking, and Chrisette starts to talk to the therapist, and basically Leela tells the therapist, look, I really don't see the need for us to be here. You know, I don't understand that. You know, when you got problems, you pray and you move on. And, you know, Chrisette is like, well, really? You know, I just feel like everybody should, you know, talk about their problems or whatever. There's nothing wrong with talking about your problems so we can get over it. And Michelle kind of tells the therapist that they have a problem before about some diva logs that they did last season, basically with Kelly Price. But of course, nobody mentions Kelly Price. And how they, because of that situation, it's kind of like hindering them doing this next project. Like they're really like, you know, scared of what may happen because of last year's situation. And you know, Leela's like, look, I don't understand. I don't like coming to this therapist or nothing, no offense or nothing, but I kind of feel like doing all this trying to make us buying and stuff is not organic or whatever. It's kind of fake to me, and I don't do fake. That's industry stuff. I don't do all that. And Chrisette's like, well, I kind of feel like you calling me fake. And really, that's not the, you know, the case. Leela tells her it's not, but I just feel like we shouldn't be pushed or we shouldn't be forced to do anything because it should just all happen like organically. We been pushed to bond so we can do this song or this project, and once it's over, ain't nobody gonna talk again. I just think that's fake, and I just don't work like that. And like I said before, these two are oil and water, and they really should. I don't think they should be working like that together because it just ain't, you know, going too well together. Two completely different personalities. Not bad people, but they just don't mix. But they end up, you know, all six of the divas end up going to dinner. And this is the first time that they're seeing Shantae since the studio session. And they start trying to talk about their problems there. Because, you know, at the therapy session, all six of them wasn't there. Only four of them was. And, excuse me, y'all. Shantae kind of, you know, got like the stank attitude with him, like, not really saying nothing with him. And she's saying, well, I don't understand how, you know, how y'all was acting at the studio session. It was supposed to be fun, and it ended up being emotional and stressful, and I just couldn't deal with it. I'm not having fun with y'all. Like, you know, last year, this is basically becoming a, you know, a repeat of last year. It's irritating, basically. And Little Mo and Leela and Chrisette basically tell her, well, we got your contract or whatever, but my lawyer said it wasn't professional. And that's what Chrisette's lawyer said was, it was 3 lines. One of the words is, it was supposed to say must, but it said mush. Like, it had no header. It was basically saying that you sung backup, we're going to use your vocals, and you get no fee for it. And that's not what they agreed to. She thought that, you know, all the girls, the divas, thought that they were supposed to all have their own creative part in it. But that wasn't the case. So everything changed, so the whole mood changed. And with the contract, that's on your manager. She sent 3 little funky lines that's not professional. No headline, no header, nothing. You know, some of the words was misspelled. Like, that's on you. And Shantae is still trying to point out, no, You know, you should have just supported me, just came in there and did your part. You wasn't looking me in the face. And Chrisette's like, I've looked you in the face. My head wasn't down. I don't understand what your problem is. And, you know, Shantae is, I don't know. She just, I hope I still like her after this season. Because I hope these ladies get it together. And Leela basically says, look, I'm not down for all this bullshit. And you know, all the drama. I was excited about doing a Puerto Rico carnival situation or whatever, but right now how the energy is, I don't feel like we should do it at all. And you know, I hope they get it together. You know, Claudette, when she said that, Claudette and everybody else, they was kind of looking worried like, oh shit, this really about to be a repeat. And that really, I feel like they sabotaging it. You know, they so worried about what happened last year is they're actually making last year happen all over again. So hopefully these ladies, you know, continue to get they stuff together. But that's it for this episode. You know, they're gonna finish the rest of the conversation on the next episode. I will put the link down below in the description box to the full episode. And, you know, take care. Peace, y'all.